Okay, this is lesson 9.5, example 1. We're going to plot points in the polar coordinate system. You notice polar coordinate system is circular here. And pairs in the polar coordinate system are always in the form r comma theta. R is essentially the radius or the distance the number is from the 0 here, or the pole. Theta is the angle created as we move around the circle. So the first point, we call it A, asks us to graph 2 comma pi over 3. And so what we do is we're going to move from the pole, since it's positive 2, we move out to the second circle, 2 units away, and we go to the angle pi over 3. The angle pi over 3 is right there. So that is A. 2, 1 circle, second circle, to the angle pi over 3, and that's where that point is at. For another example here, we'll call it B. We have 3 comma negative pi over 6. So this tells us to go to the third circle in the positive x direction. 1, 2, 3. But since it is, so there's 3, where my thumb is, negative pi over 6 would be this direction. So we have to do some figuring. If pi over 6 is the first thing in the positive direction, then negative pi over 6 is going to be right there, and that's B. So this point, besides 11 pi over 6, is also negative pi over 6 as well. That's another way to name that angle. Just kind of separate that with the distinction marker there. Okay, so this would make this one negative pi over 4. It'd make this one negative pi over 3. This one right here would be negative pi over 2. And just keep going on and around the circle to get all the negatives in there if you want. Okay? Let's do one more. 3 comma 11 pi over 6. In fact, let's do negative 3, 11 pi over 6. You can see what it means to graph a negative x. Okay? So what we do is, we're going to go negative 3 x direction, so 1, 2, 3. Now notice that this direction is always a positive for the angle, and this direction is a negative for the angle. So I start it here, and the negative 11 pi over 6 means I'm going to go 11 pi over 6 in this direction, so there's pi over 2, there's negative pi, negative 3 pi over 2, all the way to here. And that is letter C. Negative 3, so go negative in the x direction, but go positive 11 pi over 6. Actually, I messed that up because that's negative 11 pi over 6. Negative, so this one is actually not C. We'll call that one D, negative 3 comma negative 11 pi over 6, because I went negative 3 negative angle direction. Positive 11 pi over 6, so there's negative 3. Positive 11 pi over 6 means going in the positive direction, which is this way. And it's going to go all the way around to here for my letter C. Now you can see, hopefully from this, there's different ways to get to these different points. And we'll try to make that more clear as we go. I want you to try this one on your own. Negative 2 comma pi over 6. You can plot that one on your own. We'll call it the letter E. Press pause, go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, so what you should have done, or what you should do, is negative in the x direction, negative 1, negative 2, positive for the angle to the first pi over 6 angle you see, which is right there. So that is E.